Hey, what's going on, guys, man? It's Dion, and I'm back with my first Fanduel lineup building video of the year, man. I just want to just say Happy New Year's to all you guys. Hope you guys all prosper in 2017, achieve your goals, or work on the steps to achieving your goals. Man, I'm not gonna stay too much on that, but I'm freaking tight right now because I just had to start a whole nother stream over. Was doing the stream, everything was going smoothly. Then I go look at the chat, and they're like, "Man, we don't even hear you." So, definitely hopefully you guys are watching this one. But we're gonna jump right into the slate. So, first game of the 8 games we have today is OKC at Milwaukee. Man, definitely have some guys who've been balling. Have to look out for some injury news here. Think this game should be a high scoring game as well. Let's take a look at the Vegas side. So. Okay, this game 211 over under. Um, where's it at? Milwaukee is a 2 point favorite, 106.5 projected for them, as well as 104.5 projected for OKC. So, definitely a game where there should be some offense here, man. Both these guys play at a pretty good pace. So, definitely think I wouldn't be surprised for the over on this game. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump right into the plays. Look at some of these prices. We got Russell Westbrook. His price has actually come down a little bit. Just not too long ago, he was above 12K, and now this dude is actually I don't even understand FanDuel prices sometimes. This dude's been killing it, pretty much hitting value most of the nights, and even when he doesn't, he barely misses it. And he's getting what? He's regularly getting 55 plus. Like, come on, man. He had one down game. That's where he got ejected. He was playing horrible. I understand that, man. Tony Allen type had he kind of had him on lockdown, but for the most part, this dude is crushing it almost every single game, walking triple double. He had a freaking triple double in 19 minutes of playing time, man. Like this dude had a triple double before halftime. So against the Clippers, I understand Chris Paul was out, got Blake Griffin injured, but still, that's still incredible, man. So right there, of course, you gotta love Westbrook for cash games. I think he's definitely an option for cash games. Somebody I think I'm most likely gonna run out unless there's somebody else I can see in the point guard slate because I didn't really go through each team. So going through it right now live. That's what we do, man. We research together. So next we got Giannis at 10K. This dude pretty much all he needs is about 50, 52, man, I'll take it. But this dude's ceiling is through the roof. He just seems, and his floor seems to be around 45, man. I know he had an 18-point game, but that's like a rare occasion, man. Especially any game that they're expected to win, you gotta consider Giannis, man. Also, you have Jabari Parker, who's been balling at 7.1. Pretty much just needs 35 here in this matchup, which I think is definitely attainable. His usage is actually pretty high. What is it, 26.1 compared to Giannis 28.6. So this guy's definitely been balling lately, man. Getting getting high minutes, man. Anything 34 plus minutes, this dude is balling. And just looking at it on paper from a matchup standpoint, man, I don't think Sabonis can guard Jabari. Uh, I just think it's a huge mismatch there. So I already like Jabari quite a bit, man. And who we have off the bench, man, that's gonna be able to check him, what, Jeremy Grant or freaking Ennis Cantor. And actually not even really Ennis Cantor because he's playing center minutes, but does Ennis Cantor play any power forward minutes? If you guys know that answer, definitely hit me up. So about to open up the chat right now. Let's see if you guys are in here writing anything. Okay. None yet. Not one. Nobody in here yet. It's crazy. I had 5 viewers before my sound was acting up and you guys didn't come back. But yeah, definitely like Jabari. We want to take a look out for some for this news pertaining to Matthew Dellavedova. He's definitely missed the last 2 games with a hamstring injury. Hopefully he sits out again because we got somebody who's been balling at a pretty good price too. And that's Malcolm Brogdon. Dude's coming off a triple double. At 4.3 in a high scoring game, you just gotta have some exposure to him here. He might be super chalky as well, especially at that cheap price, man. All you really need from him is about 22. I'll definitely take it, man. 22, 25, which is definitely obtainable in this game. So I like him, man. Let's see. Let's go take a look at some DVP. Okay. Let's see. Okay, see bottom 10 versus point guard. So maybe you could talk me into some Brogdon, even though he's not a high usage guy. Milwaukee's top 3. So, but in the sense, we all know Westbrook for the most part is he's pretty much matchup proof. Since he only had a few bad games. Shooting guards, we really don't want to touch shooting guards like that in this matchup. But let's see where Milwaukee ranks versus shooting guards. Not too good, man. Bottom 10, and also if you want to take a look at this, defensive rating, we got Tony Snell, one of the worst defensive rating guys on the team. So, definitely could talk me into some Oladipo. Let's take a look at his usage. I think he's only a game or two back off the wrist injury, but he had a 20.6 usage, which is pretty reasonable for me. Uh, Third highest on the team behind Enes Kanter, who comes off the bench anyway. So, definitely like some Oladipo. Let's take a look at his minutes. 6K, I only played 29 minutes the first game. That was a blowout, so can't really put too much stock into that. I don't know if I really want to play him at 6K, but definitely an interesting option here today. So I wouldn't be mad at it. Just don't know if he has the what you really want from like 36 plus from him in this matchup, and I'm not sure if he can get that. Anybody else here? We got Greg Monroe who just went off. Let's take a look at him. Probably gonna fade him here because I think this is a matchup game where him and Enes Kanter go at it. And if I'm not mistaken, OKC is a pretty good rebounding team, so I don't know if he's gonna get these 12 rebounds. I'm not banking on him getting a double double every game, but he has been solid, man. And you can't predict his minutes. If he's gonna get 34 minutes, of course you got to play him, but it's unpredictable, especially with Jason Kidd. So who knows? Let's move on. I guess it depends on how he's playing, whether they decide to roll him out there or not. So, uh, let's go back to DVP, small forwards. For the most part, Milwaukee's bottom three, but I think that's because Jabari Parker's guarding the threes and Giannis is guarding the fours. So we'll probably see Milwaukee one of the best teams against power forwards. So where's Milwaukee? Okay, Milwaukee top 10. So top 10 against power forward centers. I think they struggle a bit, or am I mistaken? Where's Milwaukee? Okay, yeah. So Milwaukee, one of the better teams versus centers as well. So front court is pretty good. Let's just take a look at some defensive ratings. So we want to pick on Snell, Dellavedova for the most part. Anybody over 110 means that the defense is pretty horrible. You could pretty much play anybody against those guys as long as the usage is pretty good. So I think I'm done with this game. We can move on to the next one. Let's take a look at the chat once again before we move on. Okay. All right, let's see. It is live. Let's go back. It's dead in here, man. Especially on a Sunday. I thought it'd be kind of lit, but let's go back. Next game we got on the slate: New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans versus Cleveland Cavaliers. Now this game without there even being a Vegas score, I think there isn't one. Let's refresh this actually. See if one popped up. Let's see. Nope, no Vegas score for this yet. I think it's mainly because we don't know if Kyrie's gonna play yet. But of course, if Kyrie's you gotta play LeBron, you gotta play Love. I'm not sure if anybody here really matches up to LeBron. Solomon Hill's just too small for him. LeBron's just gonna bully his way in the paint for the most part and just keep dishing out to these shooters. So he's been doing a pretty good job at it. But if Kyrie does play, man, it makes me want to stay away from these guys a little bit. Just cause, man, Cavaliers offense has been like just killing it lately. So this definitely has blowout potential. I'm pretty sure if Kyrie's playing, the Cavs will probably be what 9.5 to 11.5 point favorites here, especially at home. So I'm probably not gonna have too many guys here. If I do take a chance, let's take a look at the prices. See if any of these Cavs are worth playing at those prices. Kyrie at 85 in a blowout? Nah, can't do it. Not enough room for upside. LeBron 9.9. He's definitely worth it. He plays a lot with the second unit too, which is what I like. Kevin Love 8,400. You could probably talk me into it because I think this guy AD pulls Tristan Thompson away from the rim quite a bit, so leave a lot of rebounds for Love, and pretty much I don't think Dante Cunningham can guard him. So, yeah, so maybe Love, LeBron, but Kyrie, I'm probably gonna stay away from there, just because 8,500 coming off a hamstring injury, and just in case he is actually playing pretty good, this might be a blowout, and don't really want to miss out on a Brogdon and possibly Westbrook combo. So, tournament options for the most part for those guys. Was Tristan Thompson 4.7? Okay, nah, I'm just gonna stay away from TT. And of course, if Kyrie's out, like I said, you can play LeBron. You could also talk me into where's he at? Not DeAndre Liggins, Jordan McRae, man. He just had 20 real life points last game against Charlotte, and they're a pretty decent defense. So, uh, he started for Kyrie at point guard, played 31 minutes. So I'm pretty sure if Kyrie sits out again, he's pretty much gonna see the same amount of minutes. So, with that being said, we don't really need to look at the DVP for this game. We're just gonna take a look at who the weakest links are on the Pelicans as far as defensive rating goes. We'll take a look at the Cavs. Probably don't want to have too many people against the Cavs anyway. So let's see. Take a look at defensive rating. So Buddy Hill, who's starting at the 2, Etuan Moore, who comes off the bench, Tim Frazier, who's really out the rotation for the most part, Galloway, bench guy. And then the starters haven't been looking too bad, man. But you can still always talk me into a Kyrie versus Drew Holiday. I just know Drew Holiday's never been like a great defender, solid at best, but and then Solomon Hill, man, LeBron's just too much of he's just too skilled of a player. So it's in a sense like it's kind of matchup proof. So um then Dante Cunningham, where he ranks on defense, 106. I think he might be a little too small for Kevin Love. And then LeBron's penetration just opens up so many shots for these guys that it kind of doesn't even matter what their on-ball defense is like because LeBron's gonna set them up and put them in good position. So you can talk me to a few guys on the cast. As far as the Pelicans go, I don't know, man, if I could play AD here. I will have to think long and hard about that one. Let's take a look at his price first. He would have to be like 10.5 or under. Nah, I'm not doing it at 10.8, so I just can't do it. Especially in the game, they're probably gonna lose by 10 plus. Nah, just not. I'm just not gonna do it unless I felt like he was gonna get 30 and 15 or something like that, which I'm not sure he's doing. So we'll move on to the next game, fellas. We got Utah versus Brooklyn. George Hill expected to be out. I think Alec Burks not supposed to come back for quite a while, so I think a few more weeks. Dante X, I'm out. Okay, he's out for Monday game. So we got Show Max starting at point guard, who also might be a little chalky, but in a sense, I think might be a little bit of a trap. I probably have some exposure to him in tournaments, but that's about as far as I'm going there. Just because this guy, we seen him have low floors in games where he's played over 30 minutes, man. Let's just take a look at him real quick. Take a look at Show Max. 3,800. When he played 26 minutes, got 10 FDP. Played 33 minutes against the Lakers, got 10 FDP. So this guy's for the most part, is pretty inconsistent. Played 34 minutes, got 18. Let's see, 29. So, like I said, man, pretty inconsistent guy, man. He's one of those guys could just finish with a 19, man. He does have some upside here, and in this matchup, a fast-paced game. Let's take a look at the projected score. Utah supposed to put up 105. Brooklyn 98, man. That's a pretty reasonable spread, man. I like Derrick Favors, pretty cheap here still. Let's see, 45K. Okay, how many minutes is he playing? So I think he's probably still like on the 25-minute cap. So probably won't have too much. Probably won't have any exposure there actually at all. But if he was playing, if they told me they upped it to 28 to 30, you might be able to talk me into it. So who else we have? Of course, pretty much one of my locks of the day, Gordon Hayward. Small forwards have been killing Brooklyn. Let's just take a look at DVP. Okay. Brooklyn second worst versus small forwards just behind the Lakers. We're going to look at Brooklyn here. And, of course, I'm not really going to pick on anybody I'm not going to pick any Brooklyn guys there just because I respect the Jazz defense. I respect it. So, George Hill is a huge part of that. But even without George Hill, they play at a slow pace and they play pretty solid defense. So, Bojan Bogdanovic, man, the freaking worst defender on the team. Yogi Ferrell got cut a few weeks ago, so it's not even Yogi Ferrell, man. Bogdanovic, 116 defensive rating, that's beyond horrible. So you don't even have to I don't even have to think about it. Gordon Hayward, pretty good usage. Let's take a look at that. And it's just a great matchup there. Fast pace for them. Their projected score, what, 10, what was it, 105, 106? So let's see. Gordon Hayward. I'm going to just highlight it. He has a 28. Oh, it doesn't even really show. So I'm going to go to usage. I'm separated by usage. So he's number one on the team with a 28.4 usage. So gonna have a lot of Gordon Hayward tournaments. I need to clear my throat. Gotta get some water or something. But yeah, 28.4 usage rate according to Real GM. So definitely a lock in my lineup. Let me put Westbrook there as well. This could be cash games, man. I usually only play cash games Monday, Wednesday, Fridays because those are usually the 7+ game slates. I don't really like playing cash for 4 games, 5 games, so I usually skip those. Tournament only for me for the most part. So anybody else we want to talk about? Rodney Hood, he's kind of been bumming it lately, but I think his price, he's still cheap enough where he still has that tournament upside for 30. Hasn't hit that since when? 28 was the highest he got. Damn, he hasn't hit 30 in over a month. So man, I don't know if I could get behind it, but I still think he has 25 30-point upside, man. This is just a great matchup, so it's kind of hard. And he has the second highest usage on the team. And of course, Derrick Favors is probably gonna take some of that away, but he's not gonna play too many minutes. So you could talk me into some Rodney Hood as well. Who else do we have here? Rudy Gobert, also pretty decent play. Definitely is gonna grab. He should definitely grab a bunch of boards here. I'm expecting something like 13 or 15 here. Let's take a look at DVP. I think Brooklyn is the worst team versus centers. Yep, they are the worst team. So Gobert not a guy with much usage, but he can definitely pick it up, man, from the peripherals like steals, assists, blocks, rebounds. So that's where I'm expecting him to get the extra points. Of course, he's going to get a few points, man, from setups like guys like Hayward and stuff like that. So I expect 10 and 10 minimum from him tonight. So yeah, I like Gobert. And with that being said, we're pretty much gonna move on to the next game. Let's go back. Okay. We have Orlando at New York Knicks, man. I'm not sure if Melo's gonna play. He left the last game against the Rockets early because of a sore knee, and so pretty much it's probably a slim chance that he's gonna play today. And you might get Lance Thomas starting. Just reading this little note there. So Melo's probably doubtful for the most part. If he left that last game early, I'm pretty sure he's gonna sit this game out. But the Knicks need to start pulling some wins together, man. Feels like they're like on a 3 or 4 game losing streak or something like that. So and a lot of games are close too. So let's go to this. Let's take a look. D Rose at 6,500. He's coming off. Let's see how many points he had. 41 FDP game against Houston. I like Alfred Payton, man, especially coming off the bench. At least the Knicks really just don't play any defense at all. So, what he had against the New York last time? I know he had 23, but 6K, I'm probably gonna fade it, but I still like him a little bit. DJ Augustine, 3,600. I think he's even a tournament option. Let's see what he had against the Knicks, 9.1. Damn. So the guys that usually do good, the position the Knicks suck against, like point guard, these guys struggled against them last time. Let's take a look at Courtney Lee news. Matter of fact, I got Roto World open for a reason. Let's take a look. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat right now. Your line balance way better than some of the fools that charge holiday. Keep up work. You could get massive. You keep it going. Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna try to keep it going. I used to do this a lot last year, and I kind of slowed up. Since I started working, and my schedule's 4 to 12. So Pelicans, one of the better defensive teams, saved the small forward position. They suck containing them. I don't think this dude gives good picks. Probably don't, man. I just do these videos because I just like the conversation, man. So I could be the worst in the world. I really don't care. I'm just trying to go about the process the right way. And if I fail, I fail. I'm not gonna take it to the heart. Most people would have probably blocked you, but I'm gonna let you rock because I don't really care. Um. So yeah, like I was saying, let's go back to these picks. Melo's probably gonna sit out. We don't know the Courtney Lee news yet. Will not play Saturday. Oh yeah, that's what I went to this page for. Nope. So Roto World doesn't have anything yet about Courtney Lee. Let me see if I can try to find something in the notes here. We're not playing Saturday. This will be the second game. Lee will miss due to injury. Blah blah blah. So I don't know, man. I don't think he was even close to playing in that Saturday game, so he's probably going to be out this game as well. Also talking to some Justin Holiday 4K. This dude has some pretty good upside too. Fast-paced game as well, man. I like that as well. So he's pretty much hit 25 in all the games he started, and that's definitely past 5 times value. So could be Cavs game consideration. Got to go through the rest of the slate before I decide that, but definitely like him a lot. Of course, Brandon Jennings is probably going to be high owned in tournaments, especially coming off the game he just came off of. 41 minutes, 48 FTP. So, yeah, Brandon Jennings, that's probably going to be a nice little pivot just in case he flops today, because I think Orlando is one of the better defensive teams as well. People don't realize that the only positions I really like to attack them with is point guard and shooting guard. So, other than that, I'm probably going to fade Porzingis. Let's see what Porzingis looking like. Dealing with Achilles injury at 8K. Uh, this dude has some upside, I'll tell you that, man. 47, 38, 44. All you need from him in cash is about 40 at 7.8, and he's hit that 1, 2, 3 out of his last few games. So Porzingis is definitely a tournament option only for me, just because I respect Orlando's defense. But the Knicks, man, definitely love attacking the Knicks here, man. So I'm not sure where it's gonna come from. Let's see what Bismack minutes are looking like. 23, 22. So his minutes are down. Vucevic at 6.7. 30 minutes. You might be able to talk me into him in some tournaments. That's about it. Serge, I block you. See what the minute situation is looking like. 32 plus. So at his price, I kind of want 35. So I'm not gonna really settle for 31. But let's see what he had last time. He had 35.5 versus the Knicks last time. This is a pretty good matchup here. Let's take a look at DVP for power forwards. Let's see what the Knicks rank. Knicks, they are bottom 10, giving up around 41.3, giving up 20 points, 21 points essentially, 11.4 rebounds. So you could definitely talk me into some Serge Ibaka. I'm stuttering, sorry. It's late at night and kind of tired. So yeah, let's go take a look at New York Knicks defensive rating. Who are some of the worst guys on this team? We got Lance Thomas. Definitely want to pick on him. Old Doofy self, man. I really hate this dude. I played him in tournament the other day too, and he only got 12. I missed cash by like .2 in one of my tournaments that I had him in, so kind of hate him already. Courtney Lee's not playing, so next guy up is D Rose, but we don't know the point guard situation for the Magic, so those guys tournament options only. Brandon Jennings, you can pick on him. Carmelo, he's probably gonna sit out. Justin Holiday at 109.2. So you can always pick on this Knicks defense, man. For the most part, they're pretty bad pick and roll defense. So you could talk me into a lot of the guys, any of the guys that's going to get a bunch of minutes on Orlando. So I want to take a look to see if Evan Fournier is expected to be back yet. Is he going to start? Let's see. Evan Fournier, he's out. Let's make sure. Oh, this is just for Sunday, so we're gonna go take a look on Roto World. Let's see what we can find here. Magic. Jeff Green. Let's see if we got any news. So I need to find something about this dude. Okay, this will be fourth straight game on the sidelines with a heel issue. Yeah, so that's not really giving us enough clarification on that. I mean, he's dealing with a right heel contusion, so something you definitely want to. You really can't plant with that right foot. So they're probably not gonna let him come back till he's 100%. And right now it's looking a little slim. So I'm gonna just err on the side that he's probably not gonna play. You could definitely talk me into some Jodie Meeks, depending on price, 4K. So it's a lot of value out here, man, today, especially at shooting guard. It's gonna be pretty much easy to get Westbrook. So I'm probably gonna have a bunch of him and Hayward, especially in cash. And pretty much I think we can move on from there. Let me see what Meeks have been doing though. 16, 15, and it's a little shaky. I think this Charlotte game they either got blown out or they're blowing them out, so I'm not gonna hold them too much. These other games he got 20, which is what you kind of want, but he just haven't shown like you want, because we seen Jodie Meeks go off before, man. Dude like used to like just drain threes all the time. So a game like this where he had 20 points, man, that's something I could expect from him against the Knicks. So Might have some exposure to him today. Run a few scripts, so let's see. We'll see how that plays out. Let's go back. So we can kind of move on to the next game, Charlotte at Chicago. Now this is a game where it's gonna be sneaky to find a value here because both these teams are pretty good defensively. They don't play at super fast paces. They don't really play at a fast. I don't know. They don't really play at a fast pace, so it's gonna be tough wondering here. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Rondo because I saw something the other day where they said the GM was going to talk to him. So and he got benched. He didn't play the whole last game versus the Bucks. So he's kind of in the doghouse right now. So no time out there. You have defend. Damn. So Rondo's already looking. He's already talking about a trade, man. If he has to keep coming off the bench, so that's looking more than likely because think Holberg really likes MCW. It's probably a lot better on the defensive end. So um, for this game, man, it's gonna be pretty tough to find some value here. We're gonna look at the Vegas odds for this. Do we have anything? Chicago 101.5. Oh, so this is essentially a pick 'em. Yeah, man, and a lot of these guys' prices are up, so we're gonna need to find somebody real sneaky here. Let's take a look. I'm not paying 8K for Batum, not doing that. I'm not paying 6.8 for Dwyane Wade. You screwed me the last two times I paid for D Wade. So I think I played for him last game versus Milwaukee at 22, and I think I used him. Oh, I think I used him these last two games actually. I think I played him against Indiana. I know it's a back to back, but still, man, Milwaukee was such a great matchup. So man, screw D Wade, and I played him. I think I played him in his Washington game. He didn't hit value, so screw D Wade for the most part. So I'm not really feeling him. So let's take a look back at the chat. What's good, bro? Would you consider Brogdon? Of course, man. You have to. If Matthew Dellavedova's out again, Brogdon is probably gonna be the chalk, especially off the game he had. He's playing mid 30 minutes, so definitely gotta consider do that 4.3. So let's take a look. And he came off a triple. Like when somebody comes off a triple double at that price, and he's gonna get mid 30 minutes again, he's gonna be super chalk. So right now, just looking at the slate, I think Westbrook and Brogdon's probably gonna be the chalk if Dellavedova's out. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm not really too high on this Chicago Charlotte game. I don't think most of these guys present enough upside for their prices. Like Jimmy Butler, let's take a look at him. He's gonna be guarded by Michael Carter Williams, so it's never a good matchup. Let's see, 8.3. Do I really want to pay 8.3? He does have some upside. Let's see if he's one off in any bad matchups this year. Okay, versus Paul George, a pretty good defender, 36. Paul George again under 30 against Kawhi, under 35 against Charlotte last time under 40. So like he's just not doing it for me, man. He really's only going off against the worst of the worst teams. So teams that really don't play much defense. He did have a good game against Miami. I give him that. But Winslow wasn't there, so we really not too high on that. So we'll move on to the next game. Because I'm really not high on. Let me take a look at Zeller first. 4.8. Those minutes are. I think he was in foul trouble against Cleveland, so we're not gonna hold that to him. But let's see where these guys rank in DVP. Chicago bottom 5 versus center. So you might be able to talk me into some Zeller. Let's take a look at his usage. Hey, usage for. Damn, that thing dropped. Freaking 16.6 usage rate. So definitely a tournament option only. I thought it'd be somewhere around 18 or something like that, but it's been pretty bad. So I don't know if I really want to have much exposure to Cody Zeller in the game, in a good defensive game, man, for a guy who doesn't have usage. So Robin Lopez, let's take a look at him. 44 is a pretty cheap price for this guy because I've seen him drop 40. I've seen him have 40 plus games this year. So um like I don't know, 26. I think realistically, I think he plays 30 minutes. This game is probably going to be a close game. 12 and 10. I think that's honestly realistic for him. So maybe if I need that extra salary saving because I want to pay up for another guard or a power forward or something like that, like a Kevin Love if Kyrie sits, might be able to talk me in some Robin Lopez. But I'm pretty much just gonna move on from that game. We'll go back to the next game, and that's Washington versus Houston. Now, this is probably the fastest paced game on the slate. And of course, if Bradley Beal plays, we like him. We like anybody James Harden's guarding. Pat Bev has done a pretty good job on defense, so probably don't want to have too much John Wall exposure. And let's take a look at his price because he's been going off, so they probably have him priced through the roof right now. Oh, his price has actually dropped from 9.9 to 9.7 here. I think it's mainly because Patrick Beverley's defense. Let's see if he's gonna be playing though. Um, which force him to say against Cave? Well, this pretty much all depends if Patrick Beverley plays. But if he's out, man, definitely gotta have some John Wall, man. Have some John Wall exposure in tournaments, and I might even have some John Wall exposure in tournaments if Patrick Beverley does play because this guy's been pretty much going off lately. He's just been, I don't know, man. This dude's, he's in the zone ever since I shitted on him on Twitter when I said he's not an aggressive scorer. He's been dropping buckets. So let's take a look what he's done lately. 19, 36, 46, 61, 46, 47. His floor is, he's averaging 45 a game. And in a fast-paced game like this, let's see if there's any projected scores. Nope. But I can only imagine that this is going to be like a 215 over under minimum. 215 over under minimum. So got to have some exposure to this game. Harden is of course is in play. Anybody Bradley Beal's guarding is in play. Second worst defender on the team when he's on the court. So definitely gonna pick on Bradley Beal. Let's take a look at some DVP here. Uh, Washington. It's actually they're pretty much been middle of the pack, but for the most part, man, nope. James Harden is matchup proof in that sense. Sometimes DVP doesn't always align with what guys are gonna do. So like you just know James Harden is gonna kill Bradley Beal, especially at home. So gotta have some John Wall exposure. I mean some James Harden exposure. Let's see. Yeah, I really want to see if I can make a value team with Westbrook, Harden, Gordon, Hayward. Like that'd be a pretty good lineup. So anybody else here? Tournaments only. You could talk me into some Ryan Anderson in tournaments, especially Markieff Morris as well. Fast-paced game. Ryan Anderson's been one of the worst defenders on Houston. So let's take a look. Defensive rating when he's on the court. We don't want to see usage. James Harden has a 33.5 usage rate, though. It's pretty darn good. So Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson, both at 112, man. So two worst defenders on the team. Definitely gotta have some Markieff Morris exposure. One thing I hate about that guy, he's always in foul trouble. Like it really kills me. Like he really limits his upside all the time with his foul trouble. So this is actually a pretty reasonable price, man. I think he could hit 30 in this matchup as well. So of course you could talk me into some Gortat, man. The Rockets centers. You got a young, inexperienced guy, Montrezl Harrell. I think he's undersized, so I think he's only like. Is Montrezl Harrell over 6'9"? We about to do a Google search. Really want to see how tall he is. I feel like he's 6'8", so you got an undersized center. So Gortat should definitely be feasting on those boards, and then you have Nene, who's just old dust right here. So he's not gonna be much of a factor. He doesn't even play that many minutes, so hasn't played more than 20 minutes and forever. So that's all we need to know. So you could definitely talk me to Gortat. 6.6 is a pretty reasonable price, man. I could see him hitting 35 plus. He just did that against Brooklyn in a good matchup. Had it against Indiana a good matchup. So it's also a good matchup as well for Gortat. So I like him here. I think a lot of John Wall assists probably go to him in this matchup, especially. And Gortat should have minimum 10 to 12 rebounds here. So I like him a bit. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Okay, all right, MKG is the play tomorrow. He does good versus Chicago. Possibly could be. Batum hit a triple double the last two times he played Chicago. Man, I like Batum, but damn, it's just certain players that I'm just not gonna pay 8K for, especially on this slate. I can't bring myself to pay 8K for Nicolas Batum on this slate. On the road at that too. Like, let's see what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing on the road too. At Orlando, he had 41. Brooklyn, 42. Actually, good matchups though. They suck versus shooting guards. Well, not Brooklyn, iffy. At Atlanta, 24. At Boston, 42. At Washington, 41. So this, I mean, he's been balling, but now his upside is limited, man. I don't see him getting 50, even though he had that last time, man. It's like that's so fluky. Like Batum's not getting another triple double against Chicago, especially on the road here. Um, I don't know, man. Maybe I just have some bias towards Batum, and when I play Batum, I have to play Kemba because every time I play Kemba, and I hate Batum because every single time Kemba has a good matchup, and I play Kemba, Batum is playing point guard, and that kills my soul. So kind of have a bias towards him. So screw him. Not playing Batum. Um, especially not in cash. I think he's a tournament option at that price. Let's see. Any Jeremy Lamb exposure, AK, yeah, that's what I'm saying. AK is just way too much for Batum. Like I can't do it. Any Jeremy Lamb exposure, probably not. Only because he's not playing. There's guys at around similar prices that's gonna play at least 25 minutes minimum, and we can't bank on that from Jeremy Lamb. So let's see, 20, 23, 28. Somebody was out that game, I think, versus Orlando. More than Bellinelli. 22. Uh, I don't know, man. I just can't. Jeremy Lamb, I feel like it's unnecessary only because let's take a look at some of the other shooting guards around this price. Okay. At JJ Redick versus Phoenix, great matchup. Chris Paul probably be back too. We didn't get to that game. Justin Holiday, Jodie Meeks. Let's see if there's anybody else here around that same price. Yeah, so for the most part, it's just those three guys, man. Jodie Meeks, Justin Holiday, JJ Redick. So I just don't know if I could do that. Rodney Hood, I'll probably even pay the extra. What is that? 800 price difference just to get Rodney Hood before I play Jeremy Lamb. Like it's unnecessary in the sense that all these guys that I'm telling you are gonna play 28 plus minutes. So I'd rather take that in there and good matchup. So I don't mind it. But Jeremy Lamb, I think you're getting cute if you play him. That's Holiday for the same price, yeah. So let's get back to the slate of games, man. So you could, like I said, man, you could talk me into some you could talk me into this whole lineup, man, because I think the Houston Rockets gonna score at least 120 points. So this is just a perfect. This is a dream matchup for them. Both these teams play extremely fast. Washington not really much of a great defense, so uh, a lot of these guys from both sides you can talk me into. Otto Porter, let's take a look at his price. He usually like goes off in these sneaky spots where nobody likes him. They're gonna be all over Brad Bill, Marquise, Gortat, and this guy's just gonna have a sneaky game. So 31. This dude has those random outbursts. Dude had 49 versus Milwaukee, 34 versus Indiana. I don't know. At 5.8, I'm probably not gonna play Otto Porter. If he was on the if he was on the 5.5, I think about it. But yeah, I don't like Otto Porter at 5.8. So yeah, we're moving on. Denver at Golden State. This game's pretty much gonna be a blowout, man. I think so, man. Golden State is low key blowing everybody out. If you guys don't notice, and I'm not sure if Denver has enough firepower, but I do like Jokic. So that's always the guy that can make it interesting, Jokic. But dude's always in foul trouble, and this could be one of those situations where he gets a bunch of silly fouls because the Warriors offense has a lot of ball movement and cutting, and they're probably gonna put him in a bunch of pick and rolls and situations where they attack him, and if especially if he gets in foul trouble, this game's probably over. But if I'm picking on anybody, if I'm taking anybody from this matchup, it's probably be Jokic. That's about it, man. If you think it's gonna be a blowout, you could probably get cute play Jameer Nelson or Will Barton. I don't know. But I think that might be getting a little too cute on this slate. Let's take a look at Barton's price. 5.2, yeah, there's no need to play him. Um Jameer. Oh, Jameer has an abdomen injury. Okay. So if he sits out, that means Moody is probably gonna see full 30 32 to 35 minutes. Let's see. Man, if Jameer Nelson sits out, Moody is gonna see all those minutes at 5K. He's a turnover machine, so I don't know how much faith I'm gonna put in him, but it's definitely an interesting tournament option. Curry. Let's take a look at Denver's defense though. I love Klay Thompson in this matchup though. That's probably my sneakiest play from this game. The only thing that's gonna ruin Klay's matchup is that Durant has an even better one versus Gallinari. So Gary Harris, where's the 117? 117? Like literally, the Nuggets defense is horrible when he's on the court. Let's see where that ranks up against the entire NBA. I have to see this. Qualify guys. Yogi Farrell, Gary Harris is second worst, Damian Lillard's third worst. Wow. Gary Harris, like, come on, man. That makes me really want to pick on him with Klay, but this dude freaking Kevin Durant, man, always shoots the ball when I play Klay. And we all know KD. I think he has the second highest uses on the team. Let's take a look. It's crazy. I thought I was gonna make this video like 25 minutes, but I feel like this has been like a 45-minute stream. Let's see. Steph Curry number 1, KD number 2. JaVale McGee has a higher usage than Klay. I mean, they don't play nowhere near the same minutes, but Klay Thompson 25.4. Let's take a look at his price. Please tell me it's low. Please tell me it's low. 6,500. Probably can't do it. Let's take a look at KD. 10.1. Honestly, I play him before I play LeBron. So just erase all that LeBron talk I was talking about earlier. Just figured I said anything about LeBron. I think they're pretty much gonna have similar spreads. So especially if Kyrie play, I definitely take KD over LeBron. 46.8 is his average. Let's take a look at LeBron. 48.1 is crazy. LeBron's actually averaging more. But who do we think has a higher chance of blowing these guys out, man? I probably think Cleveland has a higher chance because New Orleans, besides freaking AD, they don't have a reliable scorer. So Denver got a bunch of guys that put the ball in the basket. So I'd definitely take KD in this situation. I think I like him a lot for tournaments. I don't know if he's going to have the 60-point upside, especially if the spread, because I'm pretty sure the spread, what was the spread? Crap, forgot. 14.5. Come on, man. That's freaking ridiculous. So if you believe in that spread, you probably don't want to have Durant that much. But I think the game's probably going to be a little closer than that. So I'm definitely might have some exposure to Durant here. Anybody else I like from Denver? Let me see. Jokic price 7.2 is a pretty reasonable price. And that's about it for me from that game. So we can kind of move on to the last game of the slate. Going to take a look in the chat real quick. Try 150 points. Don't think it's gonna be about even if we're straight from. Yeah, so I feel like the Warriors still gonna win by 10, but I think it's gonna come down to like the last 2 minutes where the starters are still gonna be in the game. And what do you mean 150 points? I probably said something and I missed what you were talking about. So if you could just clarify what you mean, try 150 points. Yeah. So last game of the slate we got Phoenix at the Clippers. Let's take a look, see if there's a spread over under. Nothing. Nope, there's nothing there. I think it's all dependent upon this Chris Paul news. Let's see if she's gonna be in. This dude's missed how many? Wow, he's doubtful again. So we get we get Eric Bledsoe at 7.6 versus Austin Rivers. Ooh, I like this matchup, man. I like this matchup. This dude, Eric Bledsoe, definitely has 45-point upside in this matchup. I like this a lot. I thought Chris Paul would be good by now, but I guess that hamstring's a lot worse than we thought. So, yeah, man. Hopefully Chris Paul doesn't try to do no bullshit and just say he's playing and mess around with us. And he gets upgraded to questionable, and now we're all panicking and we don't touch this game that much. So, I definitely like Eric Bledsoe. We're gonna take a look at the Clippers real quick. See some of these guys' defense when they're on the court. Jamal Crawford, J.J. Redick, Austin Rivers. So right there, all I need to know is Eric Bledsoe, Devin Booker. You can even talk me into some Brandon Knight here, man, because this is definitely a game for the guards here. There could be some sneaky games here. I think Devin Booker probably has 35, 40 point upside here. Brandon Knight. This could I might have to script some lineups. Have to put in like 20 lineups or something, script these in. Have like 5% Brandon Knight at 4.1. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, damn. His minutes have been trash the last 2 games though. Um, let's see what Devin Booker's playing. His minutes. But this dude is freaking weird, yo. Y'all want to hear a story? This dude had 18 points. 18 points against the Jazz in the first quarter and finished with 20 points. Talk about getting locked up. Or either he was having a fluky first quarter or he just really got locked up in the after that, man. 2 points in 3 quarters is ridiculous, man. I don't know how he struggled to score. But definitely wanna have some Devin Booker. Talk me in some JJ Redick here. Let's see what his minutes gonna look like. I think he's gonna play more than 20. They got blown out. I think they got blown out against Houston too, and he only played 25. I think this is actually a great matchup for him today. Let's take a look at Phoenix defense. We all know Phoenix can't guard guards for shit. Let's see. Let's see the worst defenders on his team when they're on the court. Devin Booker, the worst. Brandon Knight, second worst. Barbosa, all the guards, man. All the guards here. Bledsoe isn't as bad, but he's still at 110, so you could even talk me into some Austin Rivers. Raymond Felton might be sneaky here. Redick, Crawford. So, but for the most part, I'm probably gonna have some Redick exposure. Devin Booker, Eric Bledsoe. I don't know if I'm to really touch Austin Rivers or Felton, man. But I definitely love Eric Bledsoe here. Honestly, truthfully, I think I would probably play Austin Rivers over Malcolm Brogdon here, just because he's not a high usage guy, and I know Austin Rivers is gonna have a bunch of usage with Chris Paul out the lineup like he usually does. I actually want to go to NBA Wowie, see what it is. As a matter of fact, let's see if it's up here because Austin Rivers has a 19.0 usage rate. That's pretty darn good. Let's see if any of these other bench guys is going to be with him at something higher. Redick 22.8, Crawford 22.7, and coming off the bench, Felton 16.5. So Austin Rivers looking like a pretty darn good play here. Pretty sure that's higher than Brogdon. I don't even feel like checking right now. But let's see what you guys are talking about there, Book 2. I like Chandler from Denver in this game. I play Chandler, but it's kind of hard picking those Denver guys, man. You just never know which Denver guy's going to go off. So, oh, you're talking about the Rockets game? Try 150 points? Yeah, man. Didn't they just put up 140 on the Knicks? If I'm not mistaken, I think they did. So, yeah. Bledsoe's definitely in play. Devin Booker too, man. I'm probably going to have Booker, man. I mean, not Booker, Bledsoe. I'm probably going to have a lot of Bledsoe, man. Because, dude, yeah, I think he's going to be solo owned with freaking Westbrook on the slate. Any slate that Westbrook and Harden's on, people are probably not going to pay up for to pay up for 2 point guards here. So, and then you have Gordon Hayward in such a great matchup. Oh, man. Who who do you guys think, I'm going to ask this question. Who do you guys think is the most fadeable between these 4 guys? Like, who you think, like, I'm trying to figure out how do I phrase this question. If you had to fade one of these 4 guys to have, and thought you still had an edge in the tournament, who would it be, man? I think there's really enough point guards today that you could fade Westbrook, man, because there's enough value here to fade Westbrook. I think shooting guard. There's no shooting guard. Okay, no, maybe Giannis. Giannis could probably touch Harden numbers, but besides Giannis, which I don't know if he's really going to touch 60 or anything like that. I don't really see no shooting guard touching 60 today, with the exception of maybe Harden. Giannis, man, but this dude's just his ability to get steals, rebounds, and blocks just make his upside so beast. And especially for a team that doesn't shoot much, that's not really an outside shooting team in OKC. Most of their points come in the paint, and he pretty much plays power forward on defense. So he's probably gonna grab so many boards here, man. That's tough. So yeah, maybe Giannis does have 60-point upside here, but I think Harden probably has the highest ceiling here as far as the matchup goes. So Harden's probably the least fadeable. I'm probably if I had to fade any of these small forwards, I'm fine with taking Hayward over all these guys. Just for the price, the price, man. Such a great price there. Kevin Love in a good spot. Jokic in a good spot. Jabari's actually in a great spot as well. Brian Anderson. I usually only play Cantor against teams in fast-paced games and big men that don't play defense. So I think Milwaukee has some pretty decent guys. Nah, do I respect Monroe's defense? Not really. So maybe you could talk me in some Cantor here, but I feel like it's unnecessary with Markieff Morris in a similar spot. Marvin Williams just cheap as hell. Maurice Spates is like one of those cheap guys that could go off. Um, that's about it for power forward centers. Probably not gonna pay up Rudy Gobert. I like Vucevic. I like Gortat. Uh, I don't know if I really like Monroe today. Tyson Chandler might be sneakier because he's probably gonna get a bunch of minutes since DeAndre Jordan's gonna be on the court. TT, nah. Cody Zeller, maybe think about it. Montrezl Harrell, he's been balling, so you could definitely talk me into him. Let's see the minutes, 33, 30. He has a pretty high ceiling, man, 41 points against the Clippers. So a lot of that he did in garbage time though. So we're not gonna really respect it too much, but it's still some upside. So yeah, that's about it for as far as centers go. Probably not gonna touch Joakim. Let me see how much his price is. 4,500 against the best rebounder team in the NBA. Yeah, so all those putbacks that he usually gets to get those easy points, those easy fantasy points, probably not gonna do here. So I'm gonna fade that situation there, and let me see what you guys are talking about. Westbrook Brogdon was defensive player of the year in college. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know Brogdon's a good defender, man. I knew I heard that from somewhere. He went to Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I think they actually were the best defensive team last year because I used to play college basketball DFS last year until Fanduel banned it or whatever for some restriction because NCAA I think paid them off to not do it or something like that. But yeah, man, Virginia. They used to play like the Jazz, if I'm not mistaken. Like Virginia, that their defense was stifling. So yeah. I don't remember Brogdon so to speak, but I definitely remember Virginia was one of the better defensive teams. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a good defender. But we also got to remember, man, Westbrook is not like it's not like he's an ISO player, so to speak. He's more of a pick and roll player, so he's gonna look for those mismatches where you get the bigs in trouble, attack the paint. Like I mean, there's really not too many people that can stop Westbrook. So, uh, I know Brogdon can play a bit of defense, but I don't really know if he can stop Westbrook from getting 25, 10, and 10. So, uh, Westbrook is always in play here, man. Westbrook can pretty much get it done against anybody. Let's see. I'm gonna look for the worst matchups for Westbrook. Let's see if he has any. Uh, damn, the worst matchups that he's had, he really hasn't done much. Memphis 25, Utah 38, but I don't think George Hill plays, so that might have been a blowout because it looked like he still had a good game. Let's see what team has pretty good point guard defender. Damn, if not too many teams have good point guard defenders. This man Westbrook just doing whatever he wants. He has 77 against Orlando, and that's a slow paced team. So this guy's upside's through the roof. 77 FanDuel points. So Westbrook's pretty much always in play to me, especially under 12K, and his ceiling is like 75 to 80. So um, you can't really get me off of Westbrook too much, but especially in cash, like I have to play him in cash. Nobody has that ceiling. None of the point guards has his ceiling on his cash, so I'm probably gonna play him in cash. Probably go Westbrook card and Gordon Hayward. Try to fill in the rest. I mean, so let's see what we could work with. Brogdon. Let's go Brogdon. Just gonna bank on Dellavedova being out, shooting guard. Maybe Meeks or Holiday. Mm, these guys don't really. I don't really like playing guys that don't have high usage, and Orlando's a pretty good defensive team, so I probably go Redick, man, just because I know the Clippers going over 100 easily. Um, small forward, back a second small forward. Who do we like here? With no freaking Melo, and this guy's minutes been looking pretty good. I like Gordon Hayward to get 20. I mean Aaron Gordon to get 20. I don't know why I said Gordon Hayward. I like him to get 20 there. I think that's a pretty nice play. And then there's not really no other cheap small forwards unless you want to play Lance Thomas since Melo's gonna probably be doubtful. But I'm just not gonna play that bum. Dude that even scored 20 against Houston. Let me see how many minutes he played. Only had 12. Fucking bum. He played 33 minutes, only had 12 against Houston, so I'm not respecting him ever. Uh, let's see. See what I could do here. Could probably talk to me. Bogdan, matter of fact, I like Bogdan a little bit in tournaments. I don't really respect Gordon Hayward's defense. But for right now, just for the sake of the video, we're gonna put Aaron Gordon there just to see if we can find some cheap plays to fit Westbrook, Harden, and Gordon Hayward in the same lineup. See, we got some punt plays here that I think are pretty reliable. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And these guys play over 25 minutes, and we get some that we can rely on. Maybe Marvin Williams is so cheap. Like, he's going to get you 22, man. He's probably not going to get you 25, but I feel like he can get you 22 in this matchup. He's going to play 28 plus minutes. I like that here, especially in close games. He's going to play that. So let's just put Marvin Williams in the lineup. We can go Marquise here, 52. And that leaves us with 7K. And with that 7K, we can get Gortat. So maybe it's a pretty good lineup. Probably Marvin Williams and Aaron Gordon are probably a little shaky, but for the most part, I like the rest of the lineup. So I think we could run this in cash. So let's see. Westbrook is matchup proof. Has to do too much on that team. He's gonna get them stats every night. Yeah. MKG. Let's see if we got enough for MKG. Do 4,700. We actually don't. So yeah, it's probably not looking too good for getting MKG. I like Aaron Gordon, man. I feel like he had a pretty good game last time versus New York. Let's see. Nope, he only played 19 minutes at that. Oh yeah, I think he was in foul trouble that game. Uh, this guy is definitely not somebody you should trust in cash, but man, he's so cheap and it helps you get Westbrook, Harden, and Gordon Hayward. And I don't know if I can fade Gordon Hayward. I know I definitely can't fade Gordon Hayward, Harden, or Westbrook. So the rest of the line's definitely up for change. We could possibly downgrade. Let's see. Gortat. Because we all know Montrezl Harrell's probably going to be chalk, so we could downgrade Montrezl to Montrezl. And then we could either upgrade Aaron Gordon or Marvin Williams. Let's see. We could get Serge Ibaka here, man. I like Serge Ibaka a lot, man. He's been pretty much having good games there. Or we can actually get Ryan Anderson. I'm probably not going to play Ryan. Oh, crap. I clicked the wrong name. I'm probably not going to play Ryan Anderson if Pat B plays. And Ryan Anderson's at that price where I never really trust him for cash above 5K. He can't flop, man, where he's not getting any of the shots at all. So, for the most part, man, I think this is a pretty solid lineup. Serge Ibaka, Aaron Gordon. I think these guys are pretty safe, man. All of their prices are around what they're usually averaging for 5 times value. So, Serge Ibaka 5 points less than what he usually gets, and I think Orlando might actually win this game and put up some numbers. So this is what I'm rolling with right now. See if you guys think. The reason why I don't like Noah is because Orlando's one of the best rebounding teams and they're one of the better defensive teams. So we're gonna actually I want to go to ESPN. We just showed these guys individually. Now let's go look up as a team what Orlando defensive rating is. Damn, that's really going on one of my longer streams. Team statistics, Hollinger team statistics. So let's see who has one of the better defensive efficiencies. Memphis, Golden State, Utah. Oh, hold on. Oh, Orlando's middle of the pack. I really thought they were like top 10 or something. So, okay, Memphis, best defensive team, Golden State, second best, Utah third, San Antonio fourth, Atlanta fifth. So, maybe no, I don't know, but they're still one of the better rebound teams if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Or did they drop? They must have dropped recently. Okay, rebounding rate. Let's see where you see Orlando. Damn, they're 24th now. See, you might be talking to me in the freaking Joakim Noah, because not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Orlando was the number one rebounding team. So uh, this they must have definitely dropped, probably because they're playing Biyombo less minutes, and they've been in some fast-paced games, man. So, or they just been giving up a bunch of points. So the numbers have been going down a little bit. So, and I think they just play some tough competition. So, yeah, maybe Noah could get in there. Yeah, hopefully we do take it down in GPP tomorrow, man. I haven't taken one down in a minute, man. I took one down last year actually for 600, a free lineup. Then before that, man, I had one where I put $2 on 800. Those are my best days as far as tournaments go. But I really haven't gotten close like that this year, man. So it's been kind of a struggle to, like, I'm usually like, I'll cash in tournaments, but it's really no more than like 3 levels above minimum. So I'm trying to get into that top class, and I'm actually gonna start scripting. Uh, so I don't really have to do the math in my head on the percentage of players that I want in this certain lineup. Like I did that today for NFL, where instead of just individually typing in who I want to have a certain percent of what player, like I'll just put the script. I'll put in the script. So I think I had like I wanted Jordie Nelson at like 50%. I had Julio Jones like at 25 and stuff like that. So man, this video has definitely been dragging on for a minute. How long is this? This video has gone on for over an hour. So yeah, we're definitely gonna end this video, man. If you guys wanna hit me up, man, definitely pull up to my Twitter, man. We're gonna go to Twitter right now. D Rose Jr. Well, underscore D Rose Jr. underscore, man. Fuck the NFL. You can probably just type in fuck the NFL. I'm just salty about my Broncos and then the Buckeyes. So yeah, with that being said, man, definitely ending this video. With that, I'm out of here, man. Peace.